Hello children, welcome to iTTV's Year 6 English lesson. I'm your teacher Christine, and as usual we will begin with vocabulary building, followed by a lesson on prefixes and suffixes. So are you ready children? We will begin with the first word of the day. It is various. What does various mean? Various means several, different. And the word in a sentence? The stalls at the bazaar sell various kinds of cakes during the Muslim fasting month. The stalls at the bazaar sell various kinds of cakes during the Muslim fasting month. The next word is culture. What does culture mean? It means the ideas, values, beliefs, and behavior of a group of people. Let's look at the word in a sentence. If you come to our school concert tomorrow, you will be able to see performances showcasing the different cultures of Malaysia. If you come to our school concert tomorrow, you will be able to see performances showcasing the different cultures of Malaysia. The third word, and it is tradition. Tradition. Tradition means a habit that has been practiced over a long time. Tradition means a habit that has been practiced over a long time. The word in a sentence, it is a Chinese tradition for a newly wedded couple to offer tea to their elders. It is a Chinese tradition for a newly wedded couple to offer tea to their elders. Number 4. The word is attraction. Attraction means something that is appealing or interesting. The word in a sentence, watching the turtles in Terengganu is a popular tourist attraction. Watching the turtles in Terengganu is a popular tourist attraction. And the last word is compete. Compete. Compete means to take part in a competition. Let's look at the sentence. I would be proud if I am chosen to compete in the dragon boat race. I would be proud if I am chosen to compete in the dragon boat race. Now that's the 5 words for today, children. Let's go through the words again. They are various, culture, tradition, attraction, and compete. We will now move on to prefixes and suffixes. Children, do you know what is a prefix? A group of letters we add before a word to change the meaning. That is known as a prefix. A group of letters we add before a word to change the meaning. It is known as a prefix. Now we have to note that the spelling of the root word usually remains unchanged when the prefix is added. So remember that the spelling of the root word usually remains unchanged when the prefix is added. Now let's look at the different prefixes that are added. We can add RE to a root word. Examples: the prefix re, the root word do, and it becomes redo. Next, the prefix re, the root word pay, and the new word is repay. The next word, re, with the root word turn, becomes return. As you can see, these words have changed in their meanings. We can also add MIS, miss, to a root word. Let's look at some examples. Miss to a root word use becomes misuse. And misuse is actually the opposite of using it the correct way. The next word, miss with lead becomes mislead. You lead a person down the right path, but when you mislead a person, it's taking the person down the wrong path. So can you see how that word has been changed? Alright, the next word, miss plus take becomes mistake. You take something from somebody, and if you mistake is something that maybe you take without permission, or a mistake is something that is done wrongly. Something that you have done wrong, that is a mistake. And you can see how the word has been changed. We can also add en to a root word. Let's look at the examples. En plus the root word courage becomes encourage. Courage means you have the bravery, you are brave enough to do something. But encourage is to encourage someone to do something. The next word, en plus able becomes enable. You are able to do something. But when you enable, you are making someone be able to do something. The next word, en plus danger becomes endanger. Danger is a noun. Endanger is a verb. When you put yourself in danger, you are endangering yourself. The next one is un to a root word. Let's look at the examples. Un plus able becomes unable. And unable is just the opposite of able. For example, yes, I'm able to do it. No, I'm unable to do it. The next one, un plus happy becomes unhappy. I'm sure you know that one. When you're happy, and if you're not happy, you are unhappy. The next word, un plus tie becomes untie. And that is also the opposite. You tie something up and you untie it. More examples. We can add dis, D-I-S, to a root word. Example, dis to obedient becomes disobedient. The new word disobedient is the opposite of obedient. The next word, dis and embark becomes disembark. This new word too is the opposite of embark. Disembark means you get down from a vehicle after you have traveled. That is the meaning of disembark. The next word, dis plus like becomes dislike. That too is the opposite of the word like. You like something, you dislike something. Let's look at what a suffix is. A group of letters we add after a word to change the meaning. A group of letters we add after a word to change the meaning. It is known as a suffix. Just a note on the suffix. The spelling of the root word usually remains unchanged when the suffix is added. The spelling of the root word usually remains unchanged when the suffix is added. Some examples of suffixes. The root word help, the suffix less, and the new word becomes helpless. Well, help is a verb. When we add a suffix, it becomes an adjective, helpless, meaning a person who is in need of help. Wide, you add n, it becomes widen. Wide is an adjective. When you add the suffix, it becomes a verb to make something wider. The next example, help, and this time we add the suffix ful, full, and it becomes helpful. And you know what helpful means. because I'm sure all you children are very helpful at home and in school. More examples, children. Treat, the suffix ment becomes treatment. Treat is a verb. When you add the suffix ment, it becomes a noun. The next word, keep. You add the suffix er, it becomes keeper. Keep is a verb. You add the suffix er, it becomes a noun. The keeper of something. Alright? Moving on now. Words that end in y change when the suffix ful, full, or er is added at the end. Just make a note of this. Here are the examples. Beauty, when you add full, becomes beautiful. Notice how we take the y away, replace it with the I and ful. The next example, fancy. When you add full, it becomes fanciful, but you take away the y, add the I with ful. More examples, pretty. When you add er, it becomes prettier, but you also take the y away, replace it with I plus er. Happy becomes happier, take the y away, replace it with I and add the er. Now, let's look at the next slide, children. Attend, you add the ion, becomes attention. And notice how the D is taken away, replaced by a T plus ion. And we attend to something, we attend a function. But attention is when you pay attention to something or somebody, and when you stand to attention. The next word, locate. You add the ion, it becomes location. Notice how the E is taken away, and we just put the ion without the E. Let's look at the next word, children. It is create. Plus ion becomes creation. And just like the word locate, we do away with the E and we just add the ion. Well, children, having seen all the examples of prefixes and suffixes, here are 2 exercises for you to do. So please get your exercise books out ready. Well, this is exercise 1. Let's look at the instructions. You have to draw a table as below. Alright, have you done that, children? Now, read the story below and pick out the words which have prefixes and suffixes in them. Write these words, their added prefixes or suffixes, and their root words in your drawn table. Did you get that? You have to write the words, their added prefixes or suffixes, and the root words in your drawn table. Let's get on. This is a story. Ellie and her sister are great chocolate fans. However, their mother is very careful about what her children eat. She knows they dislike vegetables, so she adds them in the soup of the day. Of course, the girls are unhappy that they are not allowed to eat chocolate every day, but they also know that it doesn't pay to be disobedient. Ellie's mother also pays great attention to physical fitness. The whole family goes jogging in the park twice a week. They have a lot of fun doing it as a family. Their motto is, "A healthy family is a happy family." Now children, have you got all your answers down? Let's go through the answers. Ellie and her sister are great chocolate fans. However, their mother is very careful about what her children eat. So, careful is one of the answers. Careful with the root word and the suffix full. She knows they dislike vegetables, so she adds them in the soup of the day. And dislike is your second answer with the prefix dis. Now, have you put that down in your table? The answer careful with the suffix full and the root word care. The next answer dislike with the prefix dis and the root word like. Did you get that, children? Very good. The next part of the story. Of course, the girls are unhappy that they are not allowed to eat chocolate every day. Now, unhappy is another word with a prefix. The prefix here, un, the root word happy. I hope you have written that down in your table. But they also know that it doesn't pay to be disobedient. Disobedient is another word with the prefix dis and the root word obedient. This is how your answers should look like on the table. Answer unhappy, the prefix un, un, the root word happy. The next one, disobedient, the prefix dis, dis, and the root word obedient. Let's move on. Ellie's mother also pays great attention to physical fitness. Here, the answer is attention. Attend being the root word and the suffix ion. The next word here is fitness. Fit is the root word with the suffix ness, ness. The whole family goes jogging in the park twice a week. They have a lot of fun doing it as a family. Their motto is, "A healthy family is a happy family." Now let's see how we write those answers in our table. Attention, the answer. The suffix ion, the root word attend. Note the spelling, the root word attend. The next word, fitness. The suffix is ness, ness, the root word fit. Let's move on to the next exercise. Exercise 2. Choose the correct prefix or suffix for the words in the brackets. The prefixes and suffixes are given in the boxes. Let's look at the sentences. The first sentence, my mother says that we must not be, in brackets, kind to animals. So you have to add the prefix or suffix to the word kind. Number 2, they had to, the word in the bracket, large the opening for the cat to come out. So you have to add either the prefix or the suffix to make more meaning to the word large. Number 3, the, in brackets, help girl stood by the side of the road shouting for help. So you have to change the meaning of the word help by adding a prefix or a suffix. Number 4. Mary's wedding dress is my sister's. The word in bracket is create. So you have to change the word by adding a prefix or suffix. Number 5. Please do not, and the word in bracket is use this room. Please do not use this room. Number 6. The teacher told Sue to write her story as it was not done well. So what is the prefix or suffix that you have to add to write to give meaning to the sentence? Number 7. They begged me to tie their hands. They begged me to tie their hands. So what prefix and suffix are you going to add to the word tie? Number 8. There was dark all around as we trekked in the jungle. There was dark all around as we trekked in the jungle. Number 9. Mosquitoes are harm insects because they can make us ill. What prefix or suffix can you add to the word harm to give more meaning to the sentence? Number 10. Ahmad was chosen to be the lead of his camping group. Ahmad was chosen to be the lead of his camping group. Alright children, have you got all the answers down? Let's go through the answers together. Number 1. My mother says that we must not be unkind to animals. That's right. We are always told never to be unkind to animals. Number 2. They had to enlarge the opening for the cat to come out. Enlarge here means to make it larger. Number 3. The helpless girl stood by the side of the road shouting for help. She was helpless. She needed help. Number 4. Mary's wedding dress is my sister's creation. Mary's wedding dress is my sister's creation. In other words, my sister designed the dress. Number 5. Please do not misuse this room. That means we do not use this room in the wrong way. Number 6. The teacher told Sue to rewrite her story as it was not done well. Here, rewrite means to write it all over again. Number 7. They begged me to untie their hands. That means their hands were tied and they begged me to untie their hands. Number 8. There was darkness all around as we trekked in the jungle. That means it was completely dark. Darkness. Number 9. Mosquitoes are harmful insects because they can make us ill. Mosquitoes are harmful insects because they can make us ill. Harmful means they harm us, they do us harm. Number 10, Ahmad was chosen to be the leader of his camping group. We take the word from lead and we make him into a leader by adding ER. He leads his camping group. Let's summarize today's lesson, children. Let's go over the 5 new words that you learned today. The 5 new words that you learned today are various, culture, tradition, attraction, and compete. You also learned about prefixes and suffixes and how they can change the meaning of a word. That's all for today, children. Till we meet again, bye-bye.